everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Bayo Ajibola, and I'm here again today with another topic. Our topic for today is how to make long distance relationship work. How to make long distance relationship work. Long distance relationship come with its own challenge, with its own unique challenges, and believe me, I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly side of it. And today, I'm going to share with you what I've learned on how to make long distance relationship work. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to go anywhere. Hang on right there. I will be right back. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Today's topic again. If you're joining me for the very first time, I implore you to share and like the page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell. The purpose of this is to notify you, and as soon as I come online with another brilliant topic. Yes, today our topic is how to make long distance relationship work. You see, if you happen to be in a long distance relationship, like I said earlier on, it comes with its own unique challenges. I mean, relationship that you are together, even in the same space, has its own challenges on its own. But long distance relationship is a different ball game altogether. And if it is not managed very well, I trust me, it's going to go pear shaped. And you don't want it to be like that. It is very, very possible for it to work. It is doable. It's just that there are certain things you need to put in place. And those are the things I'm going to be sharing with you today. So, point number one on how to make long distance relationship work is communication. Communication, communication, communication. That is the one of the major key when we're talking about how to make long distance relationship work. Constant communication is a pivotal key. You cannot but communicate, because right from the beginning of this arrangement, you both of you actually need to sit down. It could be over on the phone or whatever, preferably one face to face, eyeballs to eyeballs. You need to communicate with each other your expectations and what the other party is expected from you too. Those are the things that need to be spelled out. Nothing, absolutely nothing, needs to be swept under the carpet or just shy away from. There are certain questions that it is important to you that you want answers from the other party. You cannot afford to shy away from asking these questions, because at the end of the day, it is your man or she is your woman. So why are you shying away from asking important questions from each other? There's nothing to be shy about. This is a relationship that both of you want to work, and you got to do all your possible best to make it work. So communication is the key. What do you expect from him? What do you think he expects from you? Do you understand? So if there are certain things you want that to do, or certain things you require of her, then you just need to spell it out. Do not sit down and assume, oh, she's going to get it, or he is going to get it. No one is a mind reader. You understand? Everything needs to be spelled out, black and white, and sitting down, communicating with each other, expressing yourself is the way out of this. So you cannot afford to sweep anything under the carpet. You cannot afford to ignore asking certain questions very important to you. You cannot afford to assume that the other party we understand or we know what is required of him or her to do. No, You cannot just afford to do all of that. Communication is the key. You need to sit down and have a chat, heart-to-heart discussion about this. That is our point number one. Point number two, say talking about how to make long distance relationship work. Create a structure. You need to create a structure. Do you understand? You see, there has to be in the process of your communication. Obviously, this is where all of these things will be happening. What do I mean by creating a structure? I will give you an example. Say, for instance, you've decided, okay, how often should we see each other? Maybe on a monthly basis or every other three months. How? Because that needs to be established. That is what I meant by creating a structure. I'm just using that as an example. Is if you have agreed that, okay, every three months I will come and see you. The subsequent months it will be your turn to come over to my side to see me. At least that is a structure right there. Everybody knows what is expected of each other. Everybody knows what it requires to keep the relationship going. And the advantage of this structure is it gives either party a rest of mind. That even though you are missing each other, even though you are yearning to see or touch each other, but at least you have the rest of mind that, okay, fine, after all, in a month's time or in 2 months' time or in 3 months' time, I will be going to his place, or I will be going to her place, or he'll be coming over to my place. So, and that is the kind of structure I'm talking about. It does help in a long distance relationship, and it just has to be created. You understand? You don't want to use a template that works for a particular couple and just copy and paste it and think, oh, it's going to work for you. No, it doesn't work like that. For the fact that it works, that kind of structure works for couple A, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to work for couple B. You see, what needs to happen is, in the process of you communicating and having a heart-to-heart discussion, you have to just create a structure that will work for you. You need to create a structure that works for you, that is unique, a structure that is unique, that is workable, that is realistic to your own particular situation. So that is point number two. Create a structure and stick to it. Then point number three, be flexible, be spontaneous, be creative. Be flexible, be spontaneous, be creative. You know, for the fact that coming back to our point number two, that you're required to create a structure is a must, by the way. So for the fact that you've not created this structure now, doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot be flexible or you cannot be spontaneous. You see, because spontaneity brings flavor into that relationship. Everything cannot just be cast in stone and be rigid like that. You know, be spontaneous, be flexible, be creative. There are certain things that you just want to do, even though, I'll give you an example, even though it is a structure has been created. That doesn't mean that, oh, because I'm in town now where my woman or my babe is, or I will be going to that place, for the fact that we've now agreed that this is a particular number of time we'll be seeing each other on a monthly basis or bi-monthly basis. That means, oh, let me just leave her and stick to the structure we created. You know, it makes it boring. It brings up suspicions in the other side, on the other side. So, put a little bit of creativity into it, a dose of spontaneity, and makes it all fun and makes it all interesting and less boring. So be flexible, be spontaneous, and be creative. That's point number three. Point number four, there has to be a time limit to this separation. There has to be a time limit. I mean, you are separated now, and you've communicated, you've put a structure together on how you maintain and sustain your relationship while you are apart. But having said that, there still have to be a time limit to this separation, because it cannot just go on indefinitely. It cannot go on indefinitely, because if you now drag it for far too long, then it creates a problem on its own. And this system you are trying to put together to sustain or maintain your relationship, it might just start falling apart. You understand? It might just start falling apart. So that means it is very important to put a time limit to this arrangement, this separation. So it will be that, okay, fine, you decided that, okay, after the end of year 2 or year 3 into this particular arrangement, then you guys need to come together. Either the man will come to the woman, or the woman will come to the man. I mean, in the process, maybe the man is in another country or in another town. Then the woman, if that is what you both agreed on, will now we'll be making moves and making effort to move ourselves, or make some adjustments, maybe in a career or in a whatever, maybe probably start to look for job in a country or in a state where your husband or your fiance is. So because this separation cannot go on indefinitely, there has to be a time um, limit to it. So that's our point number 4. Point number 5: consistency, consistency, consistency. This is another major key in when it comes to how to make long distance relationship work. What do I mean by consistency? Is it whatever plan you've put in place, whatever arrangement, whatever structure you've set up, you've created, you have to be consistent with it. You have to be consistent with it. You know, consistency builds trust. Consistency gives either party rest of mind. Consistency even makes the other party know that, okay, fine, this man or this woman is really devoted and really making 100% sacrifice to make this thing work. So that is consistency right there. It has to be. You have to, either party has to be consistent in whatever arrangement you manage to put together. So that's our point number 5. Point number 6 has to do with honesty. Honesty. You know, I cannot repeat that enough. You just have to be honest with each other, be truthful with each other. This honesty starts from the moment you both of you sit down and start to discuss things and start to communicate with each other. You just need to be honest with each other. If there are certain things that you as a woman or you as a man want from either from each other, and like I said in the first point, that you don't need to be shy about anything. You know, you just need to be honest with your partner. Like I give you an example, if there are certain things that you want the your partner to do, that this thing really works for you and will keep you going, come on, be honest with it. Let him or her know about it. Honesty goes a long way to make the relationship work. You understand? And that is when we're talking about couples that are together in the same place. But how much more couple that are separated, they are far away places. So you just need to be honest with each other, communicate in an honest manner with each other. Let each other know what is required of them, or what you want from them, or what you want from the relationship, what you want as a person, what you want as a person from your partner. You understand? Some will go, oh, I want to um, um, uh, go out in a virtual setup with my partner There's a way you arrange it. It might look funny to the other side, but that is what keeps you going. That is what keeps you going. It is not weird. It is not a weird arrangement, but whatever keeps you going, whatever you know within yourself that you just cannot afford for it not to happen, just need to honestly communicate this with your partner and find a way to make it happen, because that is what she wants. That is what he wants. And that person has communicated, communicate with you in an honest manner that this is what I want. It might sound a bit weird to you, but this is what I know will keep me going. And the other party needs to respect that too, and find a way how to make that work. So honesty is one of the best policy when it comes to how to make long distance relationship work. That is point number 6. Point number 7, patience and understanding. Patience and understanding. You actually need a double dose of patience and multiple dose of understanding, overdose of understanding, I will say, because you both of you are in a separate environment, separate places. Things do happen. Whatever you've put together, things will happen once in a while that will not just work. Everything will just fall apart on one side. And for the fact that the other party um, did not respect the structure or go along with the structure that you both of you managed to put together, maybe in one particular situation or whatever, you just need to understand, because why? Things do happen. Things can just happen. A particular agreement you put together in 1 minute can fall apart in the next minute. Things happen that will be totally beyond the other party's control. That means you need to be understanding, you need to be considerate, you need to have a lot of patience. You understand? Even this structure we are talking about, everything that we've talked about, there will be a burnout time that one of the party might just feel burnout and feel frustrated. And it does happen. At the end of the day, we are all human. Things do happen. And this is the time for either party to just be patient with each other, observe a cool off period, and after that, then you bounce back to the structure you put together again, and life continues. And you shouldn't hold this against each other. You just need to be understanding and needs to be considerate, and that is where patience and understanding comes in. Point number 8: trust. Trust is another major thing. We are sitting on the topic of how to make long distance relationship work. And trust doesn't just fall on your lap. You earn trust. You earn trust by being consistent with whatever things you do, whichever way you observe, whatever things you've jointly agreed to put together or to observe. You understand? So trust builds up over time. It doesn't just fall on your lap. You cannot just say, "Oh, because she's my woman or because she's my man, he just need to have trust in me." I mean, fair enough. I do understand that there's a certain level of trust that falls on each other's lap by default for the mere fact that two of you comes together. But if you're not careful, that the little amount of trust that is accredited to you, that is credited to you at the beginning of that relationship, can easily be depleted if care is not taken. If you are not, if you are behaving if your behavior is inconsistent with whatever things you both agree to put together, so your trust level needs to be going up. Your level of trust needs to be rising, needs to be going up. And the only way this can happen is for you to be consistent, and for you to be transparent, and for you to communicate very well with your partner. So trust is also a major key when it comes to how to make long distance relationship work. Number 9, set boundaries. Set boundaries. Each other needs to know what they like and what they do not like, your likes and dislikes. You understand? You are two different individual, two different personality, two unique personality from different background, probably from different ethnicity or religion or whatever. That means you are brought up in a different way. Your likes might not be my like, you might dislike might be your like, and things like that. So all of these things needs to be put, I mean, brought on the together and put on the table for discussion. That is where communication also comes in at point number one. Do you understand? I need to know what you like. I need to know what you don't like, and you need to know what I like, and you need to know what I do not like. Are you getting my point? And how do I know that? I will know that by me communicating with you. You will know that by you. I mean, we need to communicate these things with each other. You understand? We cannot just sit down and assume that, oh, my husband or my wife, yeah, because I like this, that means she has to like it too. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, it is the responsibility of both sides to express themselves and communicate with each other that, listen, I don't like this particular thing, and please, for this thing to work, I wouldn't want you to do it. And you sit down and talk about it. Perhaps there will be a middle ground. Do you understand? For that will be convenient or comfortable enough for both sides. Do you understand? So I'll give you an example now. That okay, fine, because you are in a separate environment and you now feel okay, fine. I know a particular structure that we follow. That okay, I talk to my man or my woman 5 o'clock every day, and fine, you having observed that 5 o'clock box and you communicated, we had a long discussion and everything, everybody seems okay. And you now felt that okay, fine, that box has been ticked. I have a party 8 p.m. Which I need to attend. After all, I'm alone here in the house and by myself. I just want to go and attend that party. If it doesn't work well, if it doesn't sit well, crawling the night, if crawling the night, whatever, what you time to be late night is, if it doesn't sit well with your partner, that means there will be a problem right there. You know, if you keep doing such things, you understand? So there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a point where both of you now have an agreement that okay, fine, I don't want you to be doing this. Whatever party or function that you need to attend, make sure it falls within this line, within this time, and things like that. Because it might not necessarily be because you might not necessarily be out of jealousy or whatever. It could just be out of fear that oh, my partner is in the other place. I've got no control about that. I cannot even protect him or her. You understand? And that thing alone might not even put their mind at rest, and it put additional pressure on them. It puts additional pressure on them, and this pressure, by the time it mounts up over and over again, time and time again, it could create another friction that if we just dismantle all the things you put together. You understand? So when it comes to these likes and the dislikes, everybody needs to express themselves and let each other know what you like and what you do not like. So still everything needs to be bring to the table, and everything else will be discussed. And I'm sure there will be a middle ground that both sides we agreed on. So our last point number 10 is it every time each time you visit each other, either you visit him or you visit her, fine. I do understand that it's been a while you see each other, you want to spend May time together, in the room or in the house, just spend that moment together, share that moment together. But if you keep doing that all of the time, then boredom sets in. You understand? Boredom sets in because everything is now like, oh, it has to be like this. It's been three months. The last time you saw each other, what, 3 months ago. Now he's come to your place. You are in the same house. You're cooking. You're doing all sort of things together, and it's just the two of you. If you do not inject a certain level of activities into that equation, then it becomes boring. It becomes monotonous. It becomes uninteresting. You understand? So you need to go out together. You need to engage each other. You need to maybe, if you are the sporty type, you do a lot of sporting activities together. If you are the ones that go to the gym, you go to the gym together. If you are the ones that like running, whatever, just to keep fit, whatever, you do all of those things together. If you are the one that love playing outdoor games, you do go there and do together. Don't just stay inside the house while you are with each other. Because if you don't engage in all of these, some of these activities, or it could be even any activities, but just make sure it is outdoor activities that you can do together, probably with you, two of you, or maybe some of your friends. You understand? Because it makes it a lot interesting. It makes it less monotonous, so that by the time each party now move back to the different places, is the activities that you engaged in, you understand, mere thinking about it and mere having a thought about it, we go a long way to make you even be looking forward to your next meetup. You understand? But if it's just a thing that, oh, every time you go there, you're just indoor watching movies, you're watching telly, you're doing all sort of things within the house. You understand? Then it becomes boring. Then if the other party is not coming over, it will just be dragging himself or herself to your side and be thinking to himself or herself that, oh, this is, after all, this is what we're going to be doing, nothing new, same routine and things like that. You understand? But if you inject a bit of activities in the mix, then it becomes a lot interesting. So this time around, she comes to your place, you do whatever you want to do, spend time together in house, and you dress up and you go out again, engage yourself in a lot of activities. You understand? And next time you come around to our side, the same thing happens, different activities altogether. It makes it a lot interesting. It makes it a lot it makes it less monotonous. And believe you me, all of these things put together goes a long way in making long distance relationship a success. So long distance relationships can work only if you apply all of these points mentioned, and yes, it will work. It is doable. It is not impossible. You see, the few that you've come across that eventually they went separate ways, and they now say, oh, it did not work because we are far apart from each other. No, that is not the that is not the reason why their relationship fell apart. The only reason the relationship fell apart is because they failed to observe certain things in their relationship. They fail to communicate properly with each other. They fail to create a structure in their system, in their relationship. They fail to be honest with each other. They fail to be spontaneous and be creative. You understand? They fail to inject a bit of trust. They fail to create boundaries. These are the things that make long distance relationship work. And if you fail to inject all of these points that I've mentioned into a long distance relationship, believe you me, it would not work. It wouldn't work. So those are the 10 points I'm going to have for you. I have for you for today. And by the way, if you have additional points to add to it, feel free and do that, because I'm sure this wouldn't be the only points that will make a long distance relationship work. If you want other points to add to it, please make sure you do that. And I will also want you to comment, and like I said at the beginning, our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, make comments, feel free, because let's make it interactive. And also, which is another very important thing, smash the notification bell. The purpose of that is to notify you, for you to get a notification every time I come online. Until I see you again next time, this is Bros B here. Bye bye and God bless.